What's going on, guys? This is George RC out here, and I just wanted to touch base about my two-wheel drive drag car that I had built. If you guys have seen the previous video, I did do a demonstration of it running on 2 cells. Now, I mentioned in the previous video a little bit of information about the stock diff that it comes with, or ball diff, and that I ended up upgrading to TLR's full functioning diff. Now, here are a few of the pieces that I went through my journey. So this, I'm gonna zoom in, was the stock ball diff, and I actually broke that screw. Let me see if I can zoom in. I broke that screw inside that piece, so that eliminated the stock ball diff. That was that. And over here we have the Hot Racing spool. They sell this spool, I believe it was about $25–30. And now the only thing I hated about this, I only ran it maybe 2–3 times. Let's see, and you can already tell there's a significant wear on it. So as soon as I saw that wear on it, I mean, I didn't even get a single battery pack, not a single full battery pack ran through it, and there was already significant wear on it. So I obviously took that out and boarded that one. So that eliminates 2 of them, 2 down. Now after that, I also went with MIP's ball diff. They sell a ball diff for this vehicle as well. The only thing I have left of their stuff is this this one piece of axle, and as you can see, it actually snapped. This is the side that goes into the diff, or the ball diff, and obviously the CV axle, or CVD, whatever you want to call it, goes on this end. And that one snapped. The problem I was having with their ball diff was that it was becoming loose. Every time I would launch the car, after X amount of launches, it would become loose, and then one tire would free spin and then the other one would not move at all, pretty much. And I mean, I was pissed because I spent, I don't remember the price of it, but it was about $100, give or take. I mean, I might be wrong, I'll have to go back and look at it. But like I mentioned, I was so pissed I threw everything away, and this is the only piece that I was able to find after that. So that's the MIP one, just more wasted money. And so like I mentioned, I got rid of those ball diffs, and I ended up going with TLR's full functioning diff. I don't have the part number for that right now. I don't have the original bag of it, but if I find it, I will definitely post it up. Now here, Robinson Racing sells the idler gears. These are the ones that go inside your transmission. And this big gear that you see here is actually the original diff, or ball diff gear, so to say, instead of it's the big diff, or big gear for the actual diff. But this is the original one, and it's plastic. I didn't break it, I just threw it in this pouch just to keep it. And then these are the original idler gears. I'm pretty sure they were metal, but I went ahead and swapped them out with the Robinson Racing ones because I didn't want to take any chances, and I had already bought them, so I went ahead and put those in there. So that's more trial and error. Here is the stock TLR dog bone, or CVD. Let's see if it zooms in. I don't know if you can see the TLR, maybe in the sun. I'm trying to avoid the shadow. Anyways, it snapped also. Again, this is the side that goes into the diff. They tend to snap. I have ran this car on 2 cell and 3 cell. Every time that they snap, it is on 3 cell. So it's kind of a wear and tear item, which is why I have this right here. So these are the CVA drive shafts or drive shaft bone, 67 millimeters. I'll zoom in here so you can see the part number. 67 millimeters, and obviously you can see the part number there. So I definitely keep at least 2 of these with me at all times, because it's turned into kind of a wear and tear item if I do run it on 3 cell. So I try to stay away from 3 cells just to not go through the CV axles. Now here, let me get this pad over here. So the car, for factory, it comes with a slipper clutch, which would be located right here. I don't know if you could, yeah, there, for the spur gear. I eliminated the slipper clutch because if you see here, I try to tighten it as much as possible, and it just kind of spins in place. The friction pad ends up spinning in place. I don't have the other piece, I probably lost it, but they both spin in place. You can see, let me see, but I'll let it zoom in. You can see it right there, how it's just, when I tightened it, it just spins in place. So I completely got rid of that. I ended up buying the Exotech slipper clutch delete. I think they call it the Exotech direct drive. So then once you get that, you can just run a spur gear, and I might not pronounce this right, from Kimbro or Kimbro, something like that. Anyways, so this is the spur gear that I am running on it. I actually bought 2 of them. They are both 44 tooth 32 pitch gears, obviously, and I am running obviously 32 pitch 5mm pinion gear, just because my motor has a 5mm shaft. I prefer the 5mm shaft because if you end up putting some serious power down on the smaller shafts, they'll tend to snap. Not very common, but I have had that happen to me, so I try to stay with 5mm shafts. So that's a few of my trial and error, guys. I mean, it was kind of a nightmare going through this because everything that I did buy for the car, I bought it new. And I haven't added everything up, but I am around at $1,000. So I definitely wanted to post up a video of all my trial and errors. So if somebody out there, you want to build your own Losi drag car, you kind of know what you're getting into. It's definitely not the cheapest platform, in my opinion, and it's one of the best looking 2-wheel drive platforms for the Street Eliminator class. Obviously the wheelie bar is not factory, it's aftermarket. But I mean, I just like this car. However, it does come with a cost. But now, if you do want to build one, feel free to reach out to me, ask me any questions you may have, and definitely stay away from ball diffs and stay away from the hot racing spool, because it is nice and it's not expensive, but like I mentioned, the wear on it was very drastic. You could see, hopefully the picture or the video does it justice, but you could see where the cups were worn out. So I pulled that out of there, and I mean, it still works, but I know I was going to end up breaking it eventually. But now with the TLR, like I mentioned, the TLR diff, no problems at all. But yeah, guys, that was all I wanted to share with you guys, and I'll definitely get this car back up and running, or it is running, but I'll definitely get it running out with people, because right now I'm just out here testing alone, and hopefully this whole coronavirus situation calms down so I can meet up with a couple of buddies of mine. So we'll see what happens. And over here, I forgot to mention, yep, I got the whole lineup over here. I got my Kyosho Cycle Cruiser 2.0, my Losi 8 3.0 ready to run version, and I might be getting another 3.0 sometime pretty soon, maybe this week coming up. But I got my eyes on a kit version. There's a guy that has one. It's pretty much brand new with a lot of hop ups, or yeah. So if I can get my hands on that, I definitely will, and I'll be posting videos. And of course, my red Ferrari F40, that's my Hot Bodies RGT8, and then the Subaru Kyosho Inferno. It is not a GT2. It was originally a GT2, but it has a shorter chassis on it now. But yeah, that's just a quick lineup of what I brought out today. But back to our main focus over here, the Nova Losi 22 SCT 3.0. Well, that was it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.